Okay, thank you. Ebony, could we have roll call, please?
Chair Wilson,
Here.
Vice Chair Wah,
Here.
Trustee Rogers, Trustee Foy,
Here.
Trustee Melendrez.
Here.
Trustee Ortiz, Trustee Benavidez, Trustee Whiteley, Trustee Raymaker. And we do have a quorum, Chair.
Thank you. If everyone could, please stand for Pledge of Allegiance. There. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Do we have anybody signed up for public comment at this time?
No, not for any agenda items.
Thank you. And then on that note, has everybody had a chance to look over today's agenda?
Move to accept the agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And agenda set on to the minutes. Has everyone had a chance to take a look over the minutes from the Finance and Audit Committee and the November board meeting?
Move to approve.
All in favor? Aye. And that's approval of minutes. On the chair's report, I got nothing other than Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and everything else, because I won't see all of you again until after that. So I'll forget if I don't say it now. Library reports. Director Watson.
Is on? Okay, there we go. Good evening, Chair Wilson, Vice Chair Wah, Secretary Foy, and all the trustees. So I've submitted my report, but I also wanted to just add and see if you had any questions on my report, but also share that we held our Strategic Playbook 2026 halftime town hall this past Tuesday, December 6th, with all the staff, and we will be sharing the recording link, video link of all the presentations with you over the next couple of days. I wanted to thank all of the administration team, as well as all of the library district staff for all the hard work serving our community and library district. We've executed and accomplished a lot, as you know from the reports, working through powerful people, programs, platforms, and places. And so as part of my report tonight, I also wanted to share a video that we shared with the staff on Tuesday that kind of summarizes and wraps up a lot of the programming that we've done and press that we've done, similar to the video that we've shared in the past. So I think they're queuing up the video now.
Local teachers got a great deal on books at the East Las Vegas Library today. The annual teacher book sale happened there. The library looks through the books it has that are marked to be discarded. For the ones in good condition, instead of being thrown out, they're put up for sale for 25 cents each. That means 80 books for only $20. The sale helps not only the library system, but also the teachers who are spending their own money on supplies for their classrooms.
Your big summer challenge is just wrapping up, right? Tell us about that. What is that?
It's so awesome. So this summer challenge it's really meant to engage kids, and this year, for the first time ever, adults as well.
Nice.
It's so cool, but it's meant to really engage kids over the summer so that teachers don't have to start from scratch when they go back to school, right? So you can go into any of our libraries to do it, and it's really just an awesome program with activities and reading goals and just to win great prizes.
The governor visited the One Stop Career Center here at the East Las Vegas Library to meet with some of the administrators as well as some people who've used the resources here to find a job. This is one of 5 one-stop career centers at libraries around the valley, and another one is set to open on August 4th. Job seekers can find everything they need at these centers. They get career counseling, classes, help with resumes, even advice on wardrobes and job interview skills. Governor Sisolak says these programs have made a huge difference as our economy emerges from the pandemic.
Well, get this, YesGo is known for a lot of signs in Las Vegas. You see them all over town. They maintain these signs. Well, they're currently on display over at the Clark County Museum, but starting on September the 15th, the exhibit will be on display at the East Las Vegas Library, and we'll be taking a look at the history of YesGo in Las Vegas. These guys have been around for 100 years.
And to help keep kids healthy and engaged, the Library District is partnering up with 3 Square. They'll be providing free meals for kids and teens up to 18 years old. The program will be at multiple branches, and that kicks off today. And for more information on the times and locations, you can visit ktnv.com/links.
It's a packed house at the Summerlin Library.
It's a
where Jude Gomez is preparing the future generation of readers as part of 5 and Under Storytime.
Every activity is deliberate, right? So the books we choose, we're making sure that we're picking books that maybe highlight animal sounds or color vocabulary.
The parents we spoke with say it's a way to supplement what they're already doing at home.
We do story time every night, and we do bilingual learning at home, and reading and storytelling is a big part of all of that.
Seeing other kids develop the same habits is a way to normalize it.
Books are something you read usually sort of by yourself, but when you come to the library, then you can have games that are related to language, related to books, but you're also like having that social contact element, which is really important.
School is exactly 1 week away, as you very well know. So soon after, students will get back to their normal routine of trying to get their homework done. And the Las Vegas Clark County Library District is offering some free help. So joining me now to talk about that help is Juliet Lobel. And I'm curious, day 1, what kind of help can kids get?
That's a great question. So the Library District is your homework help headquarters this year. We have so many resources, including we have virtual tutoring that the students can get online, and then we have a lot of different programming to help out. So if parents have questions right away, they can visit our website. Our in-person tutoring will start September 6th, and that is a program where we have 9 out of 25 of our libraries have tutoring, and it's completely free, and parents can just drop in after school during the week and bring their students, and they get tons of help in person. And this happens throughout the school year.
Well, today is National Read a Book Day, and come on, how can you not love this? Over the past few weeks, I had the chance to read to some of the youngest Southern Nevadans, thanks to the folks at Whitney Library and Subaru of Las Vegas for making me a guest reader for the day. Oh, this is my favorite photo.
Aww,
so cute.
That kiddo loved you.
It was amazing. Well, numerous studies have stressed the mental benefits of reading, and it's really never too early to start reading to kids.
Well, it's the first day of September, which means National Library Card Sign-Up Month kicks off today. But there's something new this year. The Las Vegas Clark County Library District is launching a new Spanish library card. The Spanish library card has a groovy neon design, which will also be available in English. The design lets cardholders show how much they love their library. Some of the resources offered include computer labs, free Wi-Fi, podcast rooms, career help, story times, and much more.
Y el Distrito Bibliotecario estrena nuevas tarjetas con diseños de neón en inglés y en español. Las tarjetas con My Library y Yo, mi biblioteca, están disponibles desde el 1 de septiembre. Para promover estas nuevas tarjetas rosas y azules, hay un sorteo para ganar un paquete con boletos para Las Vegas Raiders, 10 jerseys oficiales e igual número de peluches de los Vegas Golden Knights. Para participar en el sorteo en línea, solo tienen que visitar la página web thelibrarydistrict.org.
Love your library. We have someone from the Library District joining us in studio with more on the benefits that come with your library card. Pleasure to have you. So, a lot of people think library, they go for books, but you guys have way more than just, you know, the good old book.
A lot more than just books these days. We like to think of ourselves as the essential community hubs where the community can come to and enjoy our free services and resources. Again, we have online resources too, so if you would like to do, say, homework help from home or read your favorite ebooks and audiobooks, you can access all those right from the comfort of home or anywhere for that matter.
And September is National Library Card Sign-Up Month, so if you don't have one yet, now is the time to get one. Coming up, I'll tell you how Clark County is celebrating and the prizes you can win when you sign up. I just want to show you guys, this is one of the prizes that you can win if you sign up.
A little tease right there ahead of us to come. That's very cool.
But trust me, the prizes get even better.
New this morning, the Library District is looking to engage more teens right in time for Halloween. It's part of the Library District's annual Teen-tober event to take you back to classic horror movies. They're hosting more than 40 events like a thriller-themed escape room, Stranger Things trivia, and interactive movie nights. We've posted a full list of events on our website at ktnv.com/links.
So you guys are really getting ready for some big things, in particular the big Teen Anime Fest.
That is correct.
Okay.
That's happening this Saturday at the Sahara West Library.
Awesome. So for those who might not be familiar with it, what can we expect with that?
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. This is, I think, the 7th or the 8th year that we've hosted it.
Very good.
Yes, we had it, we only took a pause during COVID in 2020. We had it last year at the East Las Vegas Library, but it's such a popular event that it was just too big to host there, and we loved it. We loved having it there, but we brought it back to the Sahara West Library because we have over 600 teens attending this event.
Really? That's
yes.
huge.
It's just huge, and it's amazing.
The Summerlin Library is putting on its outdoor fall festival, live music, food trucks, a whole bunch of fun, pumpkin decorating, face painting. It's from 10 until 2 at the Summerlin Library.
So early voting in Nevada includes the candidates themselves. Lieutenant Governor Lisa Cano Burkhead bringing family and friends to cast her vote at the East Las Vegas Library. She says her actions today show local voters just how easy it is to early vote this year. Cano Burkhead also emphasizing that there's a lot on the line in the midterms. U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen cast her ballot at the East Las Vegas Library this morning, joined by some Dreamers and a temporary protected status recipient in efforts to highlight her support of comprehensive immigration reform.
The Employ Nevada Business Hub hosting a free job fair later this month, so mark your calendars, November 17th at the Sahara West Library. We have all the information posted to 8newsnow.com.
Precisamente para celebrar esta tradición milenaria, habrá varios eventos del Día de Muertos por toda la ciudad. Este martes 1 de noviembre, la Biblioteca Windmill tendrá un evento de calaveritas de azúcar. Invitan a los niños desde kinder hasta el grado 12 para aprender a decorar. Esta artesanía será de las 4:30 de la tarde a las 5:30 de la tarde.
una increíble oportunidad. Y el miércoles 2 de noviembre se realizará otro evento en el Parque Lorenzi. Habrá concurso de ofrendas, disfraces de catrinas, actividades para los niños y por supuesto altares de muertos. Este evento comienza a las 5 de la tarde.
Chair Wilson, now take any questions or comments for my executive director's report.
Does anybody have any reports they'd like to call up?
I would just like to comment that that was a wonderful presentation and it really showed the scope of the many things that we're involved in. Very well done, very well done. And I enjoyed it. Thank you.
That was a very nice presentation.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I just want to echo Secretary Foyt's comments. I mean, particularly when I look at the cell phone lending program, and I've told Director Watson this many times, the fact that there are people who have a roof over their head today because of the work that the library staff has done under his leadership, to me makes all the difference in the world, that people can go to a house, a dwelling today that they wouldn't have been able to or would have had a harder time doing if it hadn't been for the efforts of library staff. So always love to see it.
Thank you for that, Trustee Wah.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Ortiz.
first of all, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, through you. Compliments to everybody. What a great year. Thank you. Knocked it out of the park. I do have one question on a report, if I may.
Absolutely.
This is for the director and actually for Floresto. Tobias, the chief financial officer.
He's here.
Floresto Tobias, CFO.
Thank you very much. You provided a report, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Wilson, through you. It's dated November 11th, 2022, November budget report. And I'm looking at page 186. I'm sorry. I'm looking at page 207 of the final regular Board of Trustees meeting library reports. It would be 207 of that. Anyway, I see an increase in the general fund administration library operations up to $992,376. My understanding, we were under 500,000. How did it jump almost 400 some thousand?
I'm sorry, Trustee Ortiz. Can you give me the exact details? Is there a line item?
Sure. This would be salaries, longevity pay. This is page 207 of your department expenditures report. So basically we're at about 450 some thousand if I look at last year's report.
Mm-hmm.
And it jumped to 992,000. I don't want to read into it, but did we get more employees in the administration, in the director side, or where did we get more employees?
Yeah, Trustee Ortiz, I don't have that exact page in front of me. If I can pull that, I can probably explain that more easily for you.
Okay,
thank you.
or not to belabor the meeting, let's try at the next meeting.
Now, why don't we just Floresto, and we've got a couple other agenda items. We'll just table the reports, give you time to look it up and just get the answer out of the way. Is that doable?
Yeah, so the question is very simple. It looks like almost a double increase from 450 some thousand to 992,000. I just want to know where the extra expenses, did it come in more employees, more staffing, and where did those employees come from or go to? Thank you.
Take your time. We'll move on to the other agenda items. We'll table the reports for that and we'll circle back to you when you're ready.
Okay.
So just do a jumping jack or, whistle, whatever.
And Mr. Chairman, one last comment. This is not for Floresto. I noticed that our safety reports, most of these incidents were on a Monday. Why Monday? I don't know. I just wanted to point that out. The library
suggesting we close Monday, saving the taxpayers lots and lots of money and making the employees mad that you've shortened their work week? Or
no, nothing of the sort. It's just an interesting anomaly that stood out. Thank you very much.
Does anyone else have any other reports they'd like to call forward? Okay, I'm not going to accept them at this time. We'll circle back to it in a minute. But I do want to say very quickly on that note, as it's coming to the end of the year, I know as your chair here, I am not usually the most outspoken person as far as big hip hurrahs and congratulations, because as a general rule of thumb, just expect you guys to deliver the best because you've proven that you do deliver the best. And I don't say it enough. And I just want to say thank you to everyone here for a wonderful 2022. And I look forward to what you have for us next year. So on that note, we'll come back when Mr. Floresto is ready and we will table the reports for the moment. On to, let's see, unfinished business. We have none. Let's go on to new business. And what do we have here? Consent agenda item regarding contract award for CMAR Phase 1. Would anybody like to pull any items from this consent agenda or move forward with it?
Mr. Chairman, if we can pull the item. I'm sorry, Nathaniel. I'm a little bit confused and it's maybe me.
Well, let's just pull the item and get a presentation.
Okay.
That's why we had the option.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
I'll read the agenda item. I'm happy to answer any questions. I apologize. It is a long agenda item, but it is an important and exciting milestone for the project. So funds are allocated in the capital projects funds for the design and construction of the new West Las Vegas Library. The district will be using a construction manager at risk called CMAR as the project delivery method for construction for this project. This is the same delivery system that the district used successfully for the East Las Vegas Library as well as the Mesquite Library. Under Nevada Revised Statute, Chapter 338, Public Works provides for the use of CMAR as a method of construction contracting. CMAR is the process that allows the district to select a general contractor, the CMAR, based on qualifications versus low bid. The CMAR is selected through a qualifications-based request for proposals. The resulting contract is structured into two phases. Phase 1 is pre-construction services. That's what's before the board this evening. The selected CMAR will be responsible for providing pre-construction services in accordance with the requirements set forth in the contract with the district. During construction services phase, the CMAR will be required to make recommendations regarding the project's constructability, project analysis, and feedback regarding materials, means, methods, systems, labor, project costs, and other conditions affecting the construction. Then phase 2 is the actual construction services. So following completion of the design and as part of the pre-construction services, the CMAR will prepare a proposal based on price criteria selected by the district and authorized under NRS 338 for the construction phase of the project. Following any reconciliation of the CMAR's and district's estimates for construction costs, the district will negotiate a final guaranteed maximum price for the project, the GMP, and the contract terms for construction phase of the contract. The award to the CMAR of a contract for pre-construction services does not in any manner obligate the district to enter into a construction contract with CMAR. If the GMP cannot be agreed upon by the district, we can advertise a design bid build. The advantages of CMAR selection is based on qualifications. The district is involved in selection of CMAR team members. It's an opportunity to bring the contractor during the design phase to work as part of the integrated team and the district and the architect to deliver the most efficient and cost-effective design. It promotes innovation and collaboration between our teams. Early CMAR involvement helps control budgets and schedules. All work except for CMAR is competitively bid. The district is involved in subcontractor selections, greater costs certainly through a GMP and a reduction in change orders. It ensures high quality at the lowest cost. And at the end, the district maintains decision-making authority through the process. So a request for proposals was advertised in the Review Journal and community-based minority newspapers, and the invitation to bid notice was faxed to all minority chamber of commerce. Proposals were received on October 26, 2022. We received 3 proposals. The evaluation team was comprised of the following: Floresto Caballas, CFO, the district; Steve Ford, Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Las Vegas; Leo Segura, Library Operations Director; Nicole Baker, Safety Manager for the district; and myself, General Services Manager. By statute, the CMAR selection process is structured into 2 phases. During phase 1, the evaluation team conducts a thorough review and ranking of the proposals based on established criteria and related weighted scores. 2 applicants for the project were selected to continue on to phase 2. Phase 2 is an interview process consisting of presentations by the CMAR teams. The evaluation team ranked each applicant based on established criteria and related weighted scores. The highest ranking applicant was selected for contract award. The final applicants ranking are Core Constructions and Raphael Constructions, both who have successfully built libraries for the district in the past. The phase 1 service contract or scope of work would include participation in regularly scheduled design progress review meetings with the architect and the owner. The CMAR provides ongoing input and respect to constructability, construction costs, construction duration, sequence of construction, construction's means and methods. They will develop and review comments, suggestions, and cost estimates for each of the stipulated phases. They assist with identifying and reconciling differences between cost estimates from consultants. They develop constructability and value engineering suggestions for each phase. They will develop a potential bidders list and coordination of input from contractors in regards to each of the items described in the scope of services. They distribute documents to potential bidders, coordinate pre-bid conferences and bid openings, assist with selection of the best bid in each category. They develop the GMP proposals based on bids obtained from all necessary subcontractors after reviewing and coordinating the bid results for the owner. They develop the final constructability and value engineering, develop of CMAR pre-construction binders, the develop of our master design and construction schedule. They provide our life cycle cost estimates, and they identify long lead items and a procurement plan for them. Terms and conditions of phase 2 construction services contracts will be presented to the Board of Trustees for approval upon completion of the phase 1 pre-construction services. Staff is requesting a motion to authorize staff to award a contract to provide construction manager at risk phase 1 pre-construction services for the West Las Vegas Library project to Core Construction in amount not to exceed $148,200, subject to final fee negotiations and final review of contract by council. Happy to answer any questions.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. First of all, for the record, I'm going to vote for everything for West Las Vegas. Let's get that out of the way. I don't have any qualms with that. I am concerned about 2 things. One, the last library we built was at $643 a square foot. If I had to put my Swami hat out, I think it's at about $1,000 a square foot. This board has not been given an estimate of what this is going to cost, so we can budget. We also submitted a budget to the legislature, and I don't think it was incorporated in there. Where is the money coming from to pay for this? And so, because we're not allowed to go under, number one, file for bankruptcy, we have to show where the money's coming from. And so that's where I'm a little bit confused. One, we don't have an estimate of what the total amount is, and it's going to change. It might come up at $1,200 a square foot. It might be less, but at least we have some semblance. Let's do a 40,000 square foot library at $1,000. You're looking at 40 million in expense. Could be less, could be more, depending on what the CMAR people tell us. And then we never got told where's the money coming from. How did we set that aside?
If I have some of the answers.
Hang on a second.
Let Trustee Ortiz finish.
Hang on. And so
add on to it.
Usually we now I know where it's going to come from, right? Because we've done this before, but for the entire board, it really is important for them to know where the money's going to come from. And that's really where I guess I'm struggling. And again, just say it again, I'm going to vote for everything on
No,
this.
no, I get
I
it.
like
Let me,
Thank you.
you've been here longer, so I'm going to ask a clarifying question onto your question in case I'm not understanding this correctly.
Sure.
We have a dedicated capital improvements fund that we vote to allocate money to every time we approve a budget every year. Is that not where the money comes from?
Yes, but it's
I mean,
also.
I know there's other places we can raise money, but as of right now, we've already voted money into a capital improvements fund.
Along with other, if I may, along with other projects.
Okay.
So that, the other projects that still need to be air conditioners, chillers, painting, they're eating away at that amount. So we probably should have set aside a certain amount
Okay.
over the next 4 years, 5 years. And it's going to show that we have the money. We're going to have the money. That's not what I'm saying. We're going to have the money in that capital improvements, but we didn't put a price tag on it of what was our threshold. So that when they come back from SEMA, the people that are going to actually tell us this is what it costs per square foot, then at that point, we can decide, okay, maybe we need to cut it down from 40,000 square feet to 35,000 square feet because of the price. It fluctuates, right?
But wouldn't that be the question for once SEMA comes back?
Well, I can just, there's
Go
a
ahead.
couple of things here, okay? East Vegas cost 5.25. We did submit a budget for this project at the architectural to the board for $638 a square foot, which is actually higher than the inflation rate since we built. So we even have additional monies built in. As Trustee Ortiz says, we don't know where this is going to come in, but we're very active. And I mean, it's one of the reasons we want to bring CMAR in and start the estimating process. We should have estimating in the next 60 to 90 days based on the schematic design, which KMA has finished, and we will be submitting if you approve CMAR. And that's when we get into the nitty gritty. And we do have, luckily, this particular project will be over 3 fiscal years. So we will have time, if we need more money, to put in the fiscal budget. I will defer to Floresto on this, but I think in what we have seen in reporting our budget is if we're going to accept debt or get additional debt as we go forward, we have to go to with a debt management plan. But as we are not going through bonding and we are not raising taxes to fund this program, we do not have an obligation to come up with a funding plan for this library because we are paying out of pocket or pay as you go. If that should change, I think it would key in our reporting responsibilities to Carson. And I don't know.
If I may, I think I heard my answer right here. Thank you very much. You explained it.
Now I'm a little more confused, so I'm going to drag the conversation on a little bit here now.
We're here. That's what we're here.
Because I'm afraid that and I'm going to ask my fellow trustees to please chime in to answer my question for me. That I'm afraid that as chair, maybe I was just aware that we had the money because of being chair. I'm paying attention to that. Was there anybody on the board that thinks we hadn't voted towards that or were not allocating the funds correctly to Mr. Trustee Ortiz's concern that there's new people here and he knows that we have the money, he's going to vote for it. And he was concerned about the fellow trustees. Was there any trustees here that felt like we haven't been kept in the loop, that we need to change something in the information flow, that I need to do a better job making sure you guys are properly briefed, kept up to speed? In other words, I'm inviting you to criticize now and tell me, please, because if I'm doing it wrong, I'd rather know and fix it.
I think we've had a wealth of information provided to us. I would also like to say that we might be in a fortunate trend. Some of the building costs are going down as far as the materials. Lumber in particular is showing a depreciated cost, and who knows, maybe other things. We could be very fortunate that way.
We could, and to Trustee Ortiz's point, we don't, I mean, this is kind of why you really want to do pre-construction in this environment as opposed to just going to, a design bid build, and we don't know what we're going to have come this summer. Going through the CMAR processes, I think we have 3 hurdles that will affect the potential of this project. One is long lead time items. We have inflation or recession, and we have some labor issues that could affect the schedule and the cost of this project. And this is specifically why we're bringing on, hopefully, to do pre-construction. We get a handle on that. I think a good value is when we look at East Vegas, and you all may remember that came in much higher. And we spent many months, almost a full year in pre-construction, doing value engineering to bring that down to a budget that we can handle. And the same thing may happen here. To your point, we have to look at what materials we're using. Hopefully we won't have to change the size of the building, but how we manage the building. We are seeing items such as switch gear, such as HVAC equipment could be 1 year out. I will work with our CMAR to bring that to the board. We may not do one simple guaranteed maximum price like we've done, where I ask you to pay for give us permission for the whole building. We may need to order some of this equipment as early as January, the stuff that will take a year. So it's one of the interesting things that Core brought forward was a phased GMP based on long lead items because of issues that we're seeing. So I will be working with them to bring probably to you this project in phases, once we know the budget, and this way we can order the stuff that we're going to need at the end of the year, and we're not ordering it next summer, and now we have to delay the project a half a year to a year. So we have some hurdles, but we're working through that, and I think we're in a good place.
Obviously, I wasn't here for the last time we did a building, and obviously our director wasn't here then either. Is there anything we're not doing to make sure the public's aware of, or we're properly disclosing that? I don't want to be leaving the public with the impression that we've just sent, staff off with a blank check to go,
it's
build
a
the Trump
multi-phased
gold-plated palace without approval here.
Well, those are your words, Mr. Chairman, not mine.
So,
No,
okay.
we have set times that we'll be coming back to in January. We'll probably do what's called a schematic design presentation to the board for permission to move on to the next phase, design development. I'll have the architects here. We can all see where the project is, and you'll give us permission to move on to the next step.
My understanding is the only thing we've actually approved up to this point was about $2 million for the architecture, roughly, right?
Correct.
And nothing else we've actually approved on.
And just as a point of reference, East Vegas, in terms of pre-construction, our original number was 130. So even after 6 years, obviously a lot of the salaries have gone up, but Core's proposal of 148 is very reasonable based, I think, on what we've paid and inflation and everything else that's affecting it, so that's what they kept their services fees at a reasonable cost. We'll get our money's worth out of this contract.
Thank you very much.
Mr.
Don't
Chairman-
scare me like that, Trustee Ortiz.
No,
Make
Mr.
me
Chairman,
think that we've approved a bunch of money I didn't know we approved. So
No, if I can clear the record, he said it, it's hard to, thank you very much. Basically, we're paying $643. We're looking to pay $643 a square foot at about 26 million. It probably is going to go up, but that's what we're looking at. The money's coming from the capital improvements budget over the next 3 years. Did I say anything that's incorrect?
No, I
Okay,
think
so that's really what I was looking to make a record of. That's all.
okay, yeah,
Mr. Chair,
yes.
I move to authorize staff to award a contract to provide construction manager at risk phase 1, pre-construction services of the West Las Vegas Library subproject to core construction, the amount not to exceed $148,200, subject to final fee negotiations and final review of contract by council.
Do I have a second? Second by Trustee Rogers. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. And on that note, thank you very much,
all
Mr.
very
Vino.
We'll see you next month with some exciting, information.
Yay. And on that note, is Mr. Floresto Caballos have our information to go back to the reports? I know I had to make you get back up again. I warned you to do jumping jacks or whistle. It's your fault.
Flores Goodbye, CFO. I still haven't dug into the details. I still haven't dug into the details thoroughly enough to answer the question, completely.
Okay.
So is this something that I can look into and provide in the financial service report to the executive director for the upcoming month?
Great. Is that good?
That's satisfactory, Mr. Chairman.
Great.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Then on that note, I will accept the reports and move on to nothing on the regular agenda. Well, we just dealt with that on our agenda. So on to announcements. Our January meeting will be held January 19th at 5 p.m. at the Whitney Library on East Tropicana. February will be on February 9th at the Windmill Library, and March on March 9th at the West Las Vegas Library. And on that note, do we have anyone signed up for public comment at this time?
Yes, Chair, we have one.
Your microphone's off, but I hear, yes, we do have one.
We have Elaine Sanchez. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Elaine Sanchez. My address is 9136 Golden Eagle Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89134. I want to introduce myself to you. My name's Elaine. I am the president of the Las Vegas Clark County Library District Foundation. And it appears that I wanted to let you know who I am. I also want to let you know that we have members of your board, namely Kelvin Watson, the executive director. He is ex officio on our board, as well as Kelly Benavides and trustee Felipe Ortiz. And I wanted to let you know that we've been working very diligently on our bylaws and also on an upcoming event that's very important to, I think, all of us. We are going to have an inaugural Las Vegas Clark County Library District Foundation Gala. We signed the contract November 4th, and we started working on the actual mechanics of the gala on the 16th of November. So we wanted to make you aware of that. And I'd like to update you maybe next year on some more things that we're doing, because I think it's very important that you are also involved. This is for the district. I was looking at Kelvin's video, and a lot of the things that the library district provides is wonderful because it's helping students, it's helping library district attendees, and we help fund that. We use Kelvin's playbook and we go after grants so that way we can funnel the monies and to give it back to the district. We also have Vice Chair Tamara Huapelli, and she is our vice chair, and Jane Mack is our secretary. And we also have Nicole Rogers is our secretary, and Jane Mack is our treasurer. They just recently switched places. Jane moved from Jane moved from secretary and treasurer to treasurer. So I don't know if we can take any questions because it's public comment. I don't think so, but I am here and I wanted to introduce myself to you. And thank you very much for your time.
Well, thank you very much, Elaine, for coming. I really appreciate it. I have to say, in the time I've been on this board, I believe Kiba came one time when I first joined, and it's wonderful to have you here. And to the answer of whether or not you can take any questions, sure, if you want to. So if anybody would like to ask or talk with Elaine, she's here. It's our board, so why not? I just want to say thank you for being here. Anybody else have anything?
I'll say something real quick.
Yes, Jose.
Thank you, Elaine, for being here. I know that fundraising is not an easy job. And so thank you and the rest of the board for the work that you do on behalf of the library.
Thank you for saying that. We have been very successful thanks to the library district staff. I will say that. I was listening to your comments earlier, and you have a new executive director and you have new this and new that. And it's hard to kind of like get everything up and running. And we've bumped into that ourselves. And so we're really trying very hard to get everything in order so that way we have a very successful gala. We cannot do it without your help. I would suggest that perhaps maybe we have a special joint meeting. I know that we had one before, but that's been a while. That was like right when COVID just ended, but perhaps that's something that we can do. But thank you very much for your comment. We appreciate it. And we appreciate all the work that you also do, because we recognize that just like everyone on the foundation board is a volunteer board, so are you. So thank you.
No, and thank you. I know that a lot of members of this board have been looking forward to a gala for a very long time. So that's exciting to get here.
Very good. Well,
and we hope you will be very successful at twisting lots of arms for the district.
Yes, yes. Yes, that is the goal. And we are very, very excited to do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, and on that note, is there any other public comment?
No, but I do want to state for the record that Trustee Rogers and Trustee Whiteley did join the meeting.
Great, thank you for that. And then on that note, then we are, oh, wait a minute.
I just wanted to thank the trustees that participated in our socks for the unhoused in the community. We really had a very generous abundance, and they will be distributed to the charities that had already been selected by the library district. Thank you all for participating, those that did.
Thank you, Trustee Foyt. And on that note, we are adjourned.